I know that at some point in our lives, we all have to ask ourselves that question of who am I? Who am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to be doing? Where am I supposed to be going? All the W questions that we never really get to find clear-cut answers to. I may not be able to answer them all, and some of us may never find all the answers to those questions before our time is up. But one thing that we can do is to ensure we find meaning in our lives. My name is Lale Bitoye, and today I'll be talking about me. The concept of self is one that for me has always seemed quite ambiguous, because there are days when I'm self-aware and there are days when I'm lost into the oblivion of it all. It's important that we all stand in front of a mirror and look ourselves in the eyes and tell ourselves the truth, the reality. Okay, no, I wouldn't use the word truth. Face reality may be a better phrase. Largely because sometimes we lose touch, we lose sense of what is real and what is not. Sometimes the lines between our fantasies, our expectations, our wishes, it gets blurry with what is really happening around us. And yes, I do know that it is important that we keep our dreams in view, keep our dreams in line. But as well, it's also important that we are in touch with our reality, we are in touch with who we are, where we are in the present moment. I'm not here to push away our faith, and of course I do know that we walk by our faith, we walk by our beliefs and not by what we see, not by what we're surrounded with. Yes, I do know that we're supposed to speak for the things that are not as though they were. But in nowhere in my studies of the Holy Book have I found where he actually denies the current situations that we go through, the current reality of who we are, where we are, and what we are per time. Having a good summation of ourselves goes a long way in describing our sanity. In a world where everything is fast-paced, in a world where there is a constant need to show more, to seem like more, there is a higher tendency for us now to live in the mirage of what people expect of us than to actually live and be who we truly are. There is the standard that has been set by society, by social media, by peer pressures, by parental expectations, and all of those images are burned into our subconscious. So there is that part of us that is trying to live up to those images, even though sometimes they do not entirely agree with who we are intrinsically. And I don't think there is anything more blissful than staying true to oneself. Staying true to yourself. And even though I know that statement is one that has been abused and battered a whole lot, and it's also used by people to excuse their inadequacies and also as an excuse for them not to improve or work on themselves. We all have had our moments where we used that. But I stand corrected when I say that we can be more. Yeah. It is not an avenue for us to excuse our inadequacies. We all have our limitations, yes, and we can surpass them, but we should be aware of them. One of the realities of how society dictates or casts an image of shadow of what they feel we should be, or how we should behave, how we should talk. It comes sometimes, in fact, firstly from family, from a parent's expectations of what the child should study, what the child should do, what the child should, where the child should go. Yes, there is a fact that some of these expectations are meant to guide, they are meant to channel the energies, they are meant to create a sort of template, which is good. But it should also be kept at the back of our minds that they are not rules set in stones. Because of these expectations, a whole lot of us have lost sight of our true selves. We've lost sight of who we truly can be or who we truly should be, and we've remolded ourselves in the image of what is expected. So it's easy for us to get lost. It's easy for us to lose ourselves. I lost myself in a lot of ways while trying to walk in the shadow of my elder brother, while trying to be the model kid that my parents expected, while trying to be the role model I was expected to be in church. Do not get me wrong, like I said, these are all good values and all good templates, but they also should not be an avenue for us to lose our true selves. I propose that these images, these templates, these expectations should be channeled as a template, as a guide, helping people to find their true selves. I know of a fact that these roles, these images, these expectations were things that actually shaped me to be who I am becoming. Alright, I'm not there yet, but we're all becoming. We're all work in progress. But we all need a little shaping here and there. That's what the rules are for, and they are not meant to be followed to the letter. We should be free to explore, to find our own limits, raise the bars of who and what we can be in our careers, in our academics, in our level of creativity, in our choice of relationships. Finding ourselves and staying true to ourselves. Some of us have picked up dreams, careers, friends, relationships, not because it's who or what we actually really wanted, but because it is what is expected. It is what we've been conditioned to take as a sort of responsibility. I challenge you today to look into the mirror. Who are you, really? Who have you grown to become? What dreams have you cast aside? What dreams have you forgotten? I look at myself now and there are things that I know I want to pick up again. There are part of myself that I think I've buried for way too long, all in a bid to conform, all in a bid to become as expected. I'm not perfect yet. I'm not there yet. But I know I can be a better version of myself when I evolve, having all the knowledge and having all the disciplines that I've gotten from the template and the expectations that I have, being able to apply that and bringing out my true self. I think I can get a version 2.0 of myself. So this is me, and you're going to meet a better me each new day. My name is Lauli Victoria, and this has been Chris 516.